Guys, I'm going to tell you 3 ways in which you can majorly screw up your influencer shoutouts on Instagram. So if you've watched my videos or if you've watched any other videos online about e-commerce, you've heard about Instagram influencers. They're fantastic. You can get a super high return on investment. They're pretty consistent in their success as long as you know what you're doing. But if you're making these 3 mistakes, you don't know what you're doing and you can lose so much money and have so much heartache and stress because of these things. So guys, today, I'm gonna tell you 3 mistakes you can make while contacting and while setting up influencer posts and exactly how you can avoid these things, because they're very, very easy to avoid. They're very simple problems, but a lot of people make these problems and they wonder why influencer marketing isn't working for them. And here's the answer to that. So first of all, a big mistake that a lot of people make is that they don't do enough research on the influencer, right? They'll find somebody in their niche, they'll see they have a good amount of followers, they'll look at a few of their pictures, they're like, okay, these are high quality pictures, then they'll contact them and set it up, and then they find out that, hey, I got absolutely no sales from this. What gives? This was a really good looking account. Here's the thing. It wasn't a good looking account. They just fooled you. They tricked you. And that's what a lot of people in influencer marketing do. They buy followers, they make these fake accounts that look really, really nice. They sell shoutouts for actually pretty cheap on there, but you get absolutely nothing because all the followers and all the engagement is totally fake, so you're advertising to nobody. So what do you need to do to make sure that an influencer is good? Well, first of all, I made a video on this and I'll go ahead and link it. I don't remember how to link straight off the top of my head, but it'll come up right around here. Click on that, it'll tell you how to find a good influencer and what exactly to look for. I'm gonna recap real quick so you don't have to click on that video. That's only if you want to get more in depth. Real quick, what you want to look at is, you want to make sure that they have a good amount of followers. 30 to 50,000 is about the lower end, but these influencers work fantastic, or probably up to a couple 100,000. I wouldn't go higher than that. At that point, they get a little too expensive and they're just not that good for shoutouts. But the little smaller accounts, fantastic. Can't recommend them enough, right? So you want to make sure that they have that good amount of followers, especially follower to following ratio. You want to make sure they have high quality pictures, and then this is the most important 2 things. First, you want to make sure that they have a very good engagement. You want at least 3% of their follower count engaging on their pictures. So if they have 100,000 followers, you want at least 3,000 likes per picture at the very, very least. And additionally, you want to make sure that any comments they have are, first of all, you want a good amount of comments because that's the best engagement you can possibly have on a picture. You also want to make sure that they're real. You want to check the accounts, make sure that the real accounts tagging other people and that the accounts aren't just a bunch of bots being like, oh, I love this, great, fantastic. It's not real engagement. It's one of the best ways that you can tell if an account is real. But if you look and you see an account that matches all of these things, that's great. Then you can start getting into the further development stages of creating the shout out with this account. But you have to make sure that they meet all of these criteria, otherwise there's a very good chance you're just throwing your money away. Secondly, and this is a big one, and that's unprofessional contacting, right? So you may see Instagram influencers and be like, oh, they just post on Instagram, it's not that professional, I don't need to worry that much about it. I'll just be like, hey, how much for a shout out? I wanna put a picture up on your page. That's actually horrible because, believe it or not, influencer marketing is a gigantic business. People make so much money off of these accounts. There's huge account networks run by the same people. They make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year off of these Instagram accounts. And if you contact them unprofessionally, you're just wasting your time. They have a bunch of other companies contacting them very professionally with much better pitches and summaries of their businesses than you, and they're just going to toss you aside and not even worry about working with you. And then any businesses that do respond to you are going to be a lot lower quality, lower caliber, and you're really not going to want to work with them. So that's what you have to do. You need to contact them in a very professional manner. I actually just made a video on this. I'll go ahead and link that somewhere too, on how to contact these people. But you have to say it in a very, very simple way, and I would actually recommend that you go check this video out because I did put a script on there of an example of how you'd contact someone, and you could just tweak that for your own purposes and your own niche and your own product, and you'll do great. But you have to make sure that you're very professional in contacting people because yes, it is a business, and yes, you will get screwed over if you don't put in the effort on making yourself look good. Third, and this is a huge one, and you guys should definitely know this if you've done Facebook advertising, and that the way that your ads are styled is super important. I can't stress it enough, okay? If you don't have a nicely styled post, then you're not gonna do well. And for Instagram influencers, this is doubly important over Facebook or over really any other medium there is. And the reason why this is because when you're posting on a Instagram's page, you need to make sure that you fit their aesthetic. You need to make sure that your post blends into their feed so it doesn't catch their followers off guard and be like, oh, what is this garbage? This isn't what I followed for. If you have a woman that poses with her dog in all of her pictures, then you want to have a post where she's posing with her dog and your product. Something like that, just a very generic example, but you want to make sure that your posts actually fit the influencer that you're buying the shout out on. If all you have is just like a, hey, you know, go check out this product, here's their Instagram account, go look at it, it's gonna be absolutely horrible. Come on, who's gonna click on that? You need to make it blend in. You need to specially craft each influencer shout out per that influencer and per the audience that is following that influencer. The good thing about influencer marketing is that you could see exactly the audience that you are marketing to on this account. You could see exactly what they respond best to, all that stuff. So when you are crafting that shout out, you want to make it look like the successful posts on that page already, because those followers, you already know that they respond well to that content. So I'm definitely going to make another video on this in the future, so hit that subscribe button if you want to look out for that, on how to craft each shout out per that influencer. But you know, you got to put in a little bit of work for every influencer. You can't just mass produce an advertising campaign and push it out to 20 influencers. You can, and it might bring you money, but it won't be nearly as successful as tailoring each post per that influencer. So guys, that's it. Those are 3 mistakes that a lot of people make with influencer marketing on Instagram, and how exactly you can fix that and stop being like all those fools wasting so much money. It's absolutely crazy. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below. I'd really appreciate that. Also, hit that subscribe button and that bell to be updated whenever I upload a new video, which is every day, by the way. Also, check out 101ecom.com. It's my website. I got some stuff on there. And finally, check out the link in the description for a free 14-day Shopify trial if you want to get your game started. If you want to start making money and hit up these influencers and let them bring you a bunch of cash and not make these mistakes that I just told you about. So guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you around in my next video. Peace out.